Okay, good morning, everyone. Seems like quite a lot of you already watching my live streaming, so I believe I can start now. Regarding the internal force, okay, I believe I already sent you guys the link of the previous video, and I believe all of you already watched that. And for today, I will try to discuss about some of the problem example here via live streaming. Okay, and one more thing, you should realize that there will be around 10 second to 20 seconds delay between when I'm speaking and when you hear my voice. So later there will be a whenever you chat me via YouTube, I will most likely I will see that around 10 to 20 seconds after I speak. So uh, after you wrote it down, okay. The first thing that I want to discuss about today is all of this problem example in my class. This is part of the previous homework, and you should already send it to me already by email, right? And for now, I will discuss with you guys about how to solve this. Okay, and for number two, there's supposed to be okay. We will discuss about it later. Actually, I discussed about some of this in the previous video. Okay, so I will not discuss about this, and I will try to discuss about number three and number four today. This true problem. Okay. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I forgot to replace the screen with this one. Yep. Okay, so I will repeat again. Uh, all of this problem is part of the my class homework, and I believe for my class, students from my class already sent it to me by now. Okay, uh, and I will discuss some of this today. So this number three and number four, I will discuss it today. Okay, so for today we will concentrate on problem example of the previous video that I have already talked about. Okay, and let's start with this one. Sorry. Okay, let's start with this one. Okay, in order for us to solve for this, as usual, you have to understand what is the main problem here. The main problem here is to find out the moment at the normal force, shear force, and moment at point F and H. Okay, F and H. At point F and at point H. Okay, in order to solve this as well, we have to try to take a look at this. Which free body diagram that we're supposed to choose in order to solve that. Okay, the first problem is in order to solve for F. In order to solve for F, if we try to take a look at the DB, okay, member DB, this particular bar, this particular bar, okay, this particular member DB, okay, all the forces which is happening there will be like this. Sorry. It will be like this. Okay, there will be weight here, 800 lbf. What else? What we have is there is a pin at B, so they're supposed to be By and Bx. And after that, at C, okay, if you take a look at member CA, you can see that member CA is actually a two-force member. So for two-force member, you can represent that member with a force in the direction of the member. So like this, FCA. Okay, for today I will not discuss it until we find the value, but I will only discuss how can we solve this. How can we solve this problem? Okay, and point F is around here. If you take a look at this, okay, we have three unknowns. The first one is FCA, the second one is By, the third one is Bx. And the things that we have to find is what is happening at point F. Okay, in order to do that, of course, you have to cut it at point F later. But before that, you have to find out, okay, the unknowns first. In this case, if we analyze this free body diagram, there are three unknowns, FCA, By, and Bx. And fortunately for us, in this case as well, we have three equations to solve it. Sigma Fx equal to 0, sigma Fy equal to 0, and sigma moment equal to 0. Okay? After you solve for FCA, Bx, and By, then what you can do next, okay, after you do this, you will be able to solve for this, FCA, Bx, By. Okay, if we use sigma moment at B, equal to 0, you will be able to directly solve for FCA. Okay. Then after that, if we use sigma Fy equal to 0, you will be directly find By. And then the last one, using sigma Fx equal to 0, you will be able to find Bx. So these three unknowns you will be able to find, of course. But is it necessary for you all to find all of these three unknowns? Because it's not part of the one that is asked in the question. Actually, it's not necessary for you to solve for all. Okay, solving for FCA alone is supposed to be enough, because the one that is asked is what is happening at F. So if we cut the original free body diagram at F, this is the cut. Okay, I believe it's too long. At F, okay, what is happening there? There will be 800 lbf. What else? We will have FCA there. Okay, and at F, you will have shear force. Okay, I always try to draw the positive sign. Okay, the positive direction. So shear force on the right part of the on the right side of the cut, it is going down, phi. Then we have moment as well, like that. This is the positive, and we have normal force N, like this. This is all of the positive direction. Okay, because we already solved for FCA in the previous free body diagram. Okay, in the first free body diagram, this is the first free body diagram and this is the second free body diagram. Because we already solved for FCA in the first free body diagram, then we can solve for phi, m, and n here. Because now, in this particular, the second free body diagram, our unknowns are only phi, m, and n. Okay, phi is the shear force at point F, m is the internal moment at point F, n is the internal normal force at point N. Okay, and those three are asked in the problem. Okay, and remember now the second free body diagram, because this is a new free body diagram, we will have another three sets of equation. Sigma fx equal to 0, sigma fy equal to 0, sigma moment equal to 0. These three for the second free body diagram. We have three equations and we have three unknowns, phi, m, and n. Because of that, we will be able to solve for phi, m, and n. Okay, so point F is supposed to be okay as well. So we're supposed to solve for phi, m, and n for point F. Then, in order to solve for point H, normal force, shear force, and moment, internal moment at point H, what you have to do is to cut it here. We try to cut it directly, okay? And after we cut it, what we can do is we have to draw the free body diagram, okay? The free body diagram is now become like this. And all inside it will become, we don't have to care what is inside it, what is happening at the inside. So there will be 800 lbf here. This is the third free body diagram in order to solve for point H, okay? And beside that, what we have here is, I will draw the positive direction, okay? This is phi, this is m, this one is phi1, phi2, sorry, phi1, m1, n1, phi2, m2, n2. Okay, using the third free body diagram, you will be able to solve for what are the normal, shear, and moment, internal moment at point H. Okay, and you can see here, right? This is the free body diagram. We have three unknowns, phi2, m2, n2, phi2, m2, and n2, and those three are the normal forces, the normal force, shear force, and internal moment at point H. And because this is another new free body diagram, we will have another three sets of equation. Okay, because we have three equation and three unknowns, we will be able to solve it. So this is how to solve this particular problem. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is to try to draw the free body diagram. Okay, if you can do a direct cut, for example, like point H, in the case of point H, what you do is a direct cut. Okay, in the case of point H, what you do is direct cut, and when we analyze it, direct cut is okay for this particular point. Okay, because all the unknowns, all the external forces is already there. The external forces is only 800 lbf. But on the other hand, if we try to solve for point F, okay, direct cut will not be enough, because when you cut here directly, okay, and if you see the left part of the cut, there will be FCA. So you have to solve for FCA first. In that case, you have to draw for the this particular free body diagram in order to solve for FCA first. That's the thing. So in order for you to find out the internal force of a particular structure, what you can do first is to do a direct cut there and try to draw the free body diagram. By doing so, you will be able to know whether you will be able to solve it directly by doing so or not. If not, then all the unknowns there, all the additional unknowns there, all the external forces that we are not known yet, we have to find it first. The example is like this. Here, free body diagram of first free body diagram and second free body diagram. That's the thing. Okay. Let's check now whether you understand about it or not. Okay. If you have any problem with that, please let me know. You can chat me in the comment box or directly send a message to me as well. It's supposed to be okay. If you have any question, please ask me now. You can. I'm waiting for question from my WhatsApp group or from the live chat as well. So you can ask me via live chat as well. Yes, of course, you can go to toilet, content zero. Okay, there are two questions here. The first one is from Arik. Okay, Arik Fauzan. How do you know which way to cut it, sir? In order to ask, that's why about statics, right? Before we do a cutting, something like that, what you have to do first is to analyze it. Okay, just now when we discuss about when I try to solve this problem, I try to analyze the problem first. Okay, then I do direct cut just now in order to see whether I can solve it directly or not. For example, just now I cut it here, cut it there. So whenever you cut, you can pick which side that you want to solve for. For example, this particular cut, H. Okay, you can choose this side to solve or the bottom side to solve. Okay, just now what I choose was the top one, because the external force there are already known. If I want to solve for the bottom cut, the bottom part, okay, sorry. If I want to solve for the bottom cut, okay, I don't know what is happening here. I don't know what is happening here. I don't know what are the external forces there. Okay, unless I calculate it first. Okay, if you ask me, can we solve for the bottom cut at this? Yes, you can. But you have to solve for this and this first. Then after that, you can solve for h. That's the thing. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that, what I do is I use the top one, the top cut. Okay, because I cut it here, I draw the top free body diagram, this one. Like this, number 3, free body diagram number 3. Okay, because I already know the external force which is happening there, 800 lbf. I know it, that's why I put it here. Then, when you cut it, there will be several internal force that you're supposed to draw in order to maintain the static equilibrium. The first one is V, okay, this one, V2. The second one is M, the third one is N in this case. Okay. And just now I read a question from Drajat as well. He asked me why the direction of N is like that. Whenever we talk about the direction, you have to remember the sign convention. Okay, the sign convention for tension is for normal force, the sign convention is always tension. Okay, the sign convention for normal force is always tension. This is the positive sign. Okay, for normal force is always tension. Then for shear force, okay, this is normal, this is normal. For shear force, the positive sign is like this. If you analyze the right part, okay, the right side of the cut, this one, the right side, when we cut it here, we analyze the right side of the cut, the phi will be going down. But if you analyze the left side of the cut, the phi will going up. So if you imagine that, it will give like clockwise rotation. And then for the moment, because I already explained it before as well, here, the positive sign is supposed to make the structure smile. Okay, the positive sign is supposed to make structure smile. When you give a moment like this, if you have a long structure like if you have long beam like this, if you put a positive moment, later the beam will deform like this. Positive, so it will smile. Okay. Okay, there are several other questions. Wait. No, the fee is not always go down. Just now I already explained it. How do we know if the end is going inwards or outwards? The end, whenever you cut something, is always going outwards. The positive sign is always going outwards. So whenever you do a cutting, try to assume positive direction first. Try to assume positive direction first, like this. Because later, if the calculation value is negative, we know that the direction is the opposite, and we know that the value is negative, right? Because our direction is already follow the positive direction. So always assume positive direction whenever you do a cut in order to find the internal force or internal moment. So always assume positive direction. Like this, on the right side, phi is going down. The same here, on the right side, is not going down, but it's to the left. Here, this one is to the left because it will give us clockwise rotation. The phi here will give us clockwise rotation. The same as this. The phi here will give us clockwise rotation. The same as this. clockwise rotation. And for N, it's always going outwards because it's tension. Okay, positive is tension, means it's going outwards. For when we cut along point H, the length from Abiat. For when we cut along point H, the length we are given is not perpendicular for us to use it to solve for moments. Do we just multiply the distance by cos 30 so it becomes perpendicular to 800 lbf? Yes, it's just normal Abiat. Okay, because just now we are talking about this, right? We are talking about this particular free body diagram. Yeah, because phi, m, and n, the direction of phi, m, and n is like this, right? So of course, in order to calculate for the moment here, it is better for you to use 800 lbf cos 30 degrees, yes, and multiply it by the arm length, the moment arm length. Okay. Jadi Hafiz Rahman, jadi shear force itu arah positifnya berkebalikan sama arah positif gaya biasa ya Pak? Atau gimana ya? Nope. Hafiz Rahman, shear force, we supposed to follow this sign convention. Okay? At the right side of a particular cut, for example like this, it will be going down or it will give a clockwise rotation. Okay, the same as this one as well. It's to the left, but it will give us clockwise rotation. Then what else? Moment on the, from Abdul Malik, why the moment on the third free body diagram going counterclockwise direction? Let's see. Third free body diagram, counterclockwise direction. Okay. Isn't the sign convention should be clockwise for the moment if you cut the left member? Isn't the sign convention supposed to be clockwise? No, it's not like that. Okay, we have to see which side of it from the cut. So, for example, I cut it here. Okay, I cut it here just now, here. Okay, and the internal moment, force, and internal force, all are happening on the right of that cut. Okay, the cut is here. So all the internal forces, moment, happening at the right side of the cut here. Although we use the left side of the cut, but the forces happening on the right side of the cut. This is the cut, right? So internal moment, internal force, and internal moment and internal force are happening on the right side of the cut in this case. Okay. So in order to imagine the moment, what you're supposed to imagine is how it will deform when you give the moment. So for example, if I give a moment like this, the deformation will make the structure to smile. That's a positive. That's a positive sign. That's the thing. Big Boss MV, you don't understand the sign convention. Okay, let's talk again about. May I know who is Big Boss MV? Seems like he's not using his own name there. Okay, but I will answer it directly. Okay, Big Boss MV. Okay, this is our sign convention. Okay, I will draw it again here. Positive, V, sorry, I'm so sorry. Positive. Okay. So for example, if you have this kind of bar and it is under the constraint is like this, and there is a concentrated load in the middle, okay, and I want to cut it here. First, what you have to do is to solve for the external forces, okay. If we assume that all the external forces are known, WD, this one is AY, this one is AY, this one is BY, okay. If I want to cut it here, okay, then I want to see the left cut, this one, this part, okay, then I can draw this particular free body diagram. AY, okay. Remember, okay, although I use the left cut, but all the internal forces, all the internal moment, and all the internal forces and internal moment are happening on the right of the cut. Okay, on this one, this side, right? This side is on the right of this particular cut. Okay, because of that, instead of using this, okay, we supposed to use this positive sign because it's happening on the right of the cut. This one. Okay, at this side, on the right of the cut. So the positive phi will be going down, the positive normal force will be outwards, and the positive moment will be like this, counterclockwise. Okay, let's talk about the other cut. Okay, if we want to analyze the other cut, this one, I can draw the free body diagram like this. The external force there is By. Okay, and beside that, I have another external force, which is F. Okay, then beside that, the result is there will be internal force and moment. The internal force, because I cut it here, okay, all the forces and moment are happening on the left of the free body diagram, on the left of the free body diagram, on the left. So we're supposed to follow this because it's on the left of the free body diagram. So the phi is supposed to be going up, the n is supposed to be going to the left, and the moment, I'm sorry, the moment is supposed to be clockwise. That's the thing. Okay? Wait a minute. Is it clear? Clear? Ah, Big Boss MV, Raffi. Okay. Aquila Fitra. Berarti untuk arah positif M dan V itu biar lebih mudah panduannya dari N-nya, Pak. Soalnya N-nya kan pasti tarik. Sebenarnya tidak bisa seperti itu. N memang pasti tarik, arahnya keluar, ya. Tapi V itu arahnya membuat strukturnya berputar clockwise. V itu arahnya itu membuat strukturnya berputar clockwise. Intinya seperti itu. Jadi kalau di analisis di bagian kanan dari suatu cut, jika kita analisis dari bagian kanan dari suatu cutnya, seperti ini. Oke. Harus ke bawah karena putarannya akan clockwise. Sedangkan kalau kita analisis di sebelah kiri cutnya, harus ke atas karena arahnya juga akan clockwise. Arah putarannya akan clockwise. Oke. Akila. N positifnya pasti tarik. Ya, betul sekali. Pak, kalau kita potong di F atau H itu semua gaya yang ada di titik itu arahnya masih permisalan kan, Pak? Ya, arahnya permisalan, tetapi selalu misalkan, selalu pilih arah yang arah positifnya. Untuk pemotongan sebaiknya selalu pilih arah yang positifnya. Oke, saat memotong kita sebaiknya selalu pilih arah positifnya. DJ derajat. Pak, saat input ke FY sama dengan 0 berarti V tetap positif, Pak, kemanapun arahnya. Terserah, kamu bisa ambil sigma FY, sigma FX, sigma M, sigma momen sama dengan 0. Itu kita bisa mengasumsikan arah positifnya itu bisa kemanapun yang kalian mau. Misalkan sigma FY, kalian pinginnya arah positifnya adalah ke arah atas. Atau arah positifnya ke arah bawah. Itu terserah kalian. Tetapi didefinisikan dari awal dan pilihlah itu secara konsisten. Sigma Fx, kalian boleh pilih ke kanan itu positif atau ke kiri positif. Tapi buat itu konsisten. Sigma momen, pilih clockwise atau counterclockwise itu positif. Tapi konsisten. Clockwise ya clockwise terus, counterclockwise terus. Oke? Ada lagi pertanyaan? Silahkan. Sudah jam 10.40 ya? Nggak tahu ini sempat. Show us the free body diagram again. This is it. Okay? You guys don't have to worry, okay? Even after this class, this particular video will be uploaded automatically by YouTube. So, even though after the live streaming ends, okay, you will still be able to watch it. But you have to remember that it will take a while for YouTube to process all the video. So maybe it will take around 1 hour to 3 hours for YouTube to process the video before you can access it in my channel. Okay? Is there any other question? Absennya gimana caranya? That's the thing. Okay, Asa. So, via YouTube, there will be hard for me to do to take the attendance to know your attendance. That's why most likely I will use like a quiz or something like that to take your assignment. It's nice, right? I don't understand the end force when you cut the structure, sir. Where does it come from? Okay. It's a very good question. I will explain it after this. Pak, saat input FV. Okay. Now I will answer the question from Arik. And Theodorus. Okay. So, when you cut a particular beam or any structure, at that particular cut, there will be normal force, shear force, and moment. Okay? There will be a normal force, shear force, and moment. Where does it come from? Because in order to maintain equilibrium, for example, when I cut it at H, okay, when I cut it at H, okay, I have to draw it like this. There will be phi, m, and n. It comes because of static equilibrium. In order to maintain the static equilibrium of this particular cut of this particular free body diagram, whenever we draw a free body diagram, we have to maintain static equilibrium. Okay, in order to maintain the static equilibrium, like it or not, there will be phi, m, and n. Okay, if it's just lacking one of those, static equilibrium will not be maintained there. That's the thing. So it's supposed to answer Arik and Theodorus' question. Okay. Then 42. Most likely, I will still be able to analyze for this. The second problem that we want to discuss today. Okay. For this particular problem, the question is quite close to what we have done before in the previous problem. So what we have to find is the normal force, shear force, and moment at point D here, and at point E. I'm so sorry, I think I need to. Okay, at point D and at point E here. Okay, so as usual, we have to analyze it, right? We will have to analyze it first. In this case, all the external force that we know is only 400 Newton, and this W, 200 Newton per meter. Okay, and in order to solve for this, for example, if I cut it here and I draw the free body diagram, most likely it will not be enough because we don't know what is happening at B here, we don't know what is happening at C here. Okay, the same, if I analyze this particular free body diagram, it will not be enough as well. There are supposed to be external forces at A as well that we don't know yet. So for this particular problem, like it or not, we have to analyze for the external force first. Okay, so you have to know what is happening at A and what is happening at C, at B, like that. Okay, and when we analyze this problem, you can see that member BC is actually two force member. You can see that, right? Member BC is two force member. So in order to solve for the external forces, we can draw this particular free body diagram. Okay, and the external forces which is happening there will be like this. 200 Newton per meter. What else that we have? 400 Newton. AY, AX because of pin A. Okay, at B because of a member BC is two force member. Okay, I can draw FBC here. Okay, you can see here there are three unknowns, FBC, AX, AY, three unknowns. Okay, because this is one free body diagram, so you can use sigma Fy equal to 0, sigma Fx equal to 0, and sigma moment equal to 0 in order to solve for AY, AX, and FBC. Okay, then after you solve for those three, then we will be able to solve for what is happening at D and what is happening at E. Okay, after you solve for that, then I will cut it. Okay, I will cut it here in order to solve for point D. Okay, you have to read here point D is located just above the 400 Newton force, so just above. So if I want to cut it there, I have to cut it here. Okay, so in the free body diagram, it will in the free body diagram, it will be like this. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Just show it here. It will be like this. AY, AX, then we have to include the 400 Newton because the cut is slightly above that. Okay. And as usual, because we cut it, when we cut a structure, there will be three internal forces which will happening there. The first one is shear force. Okay, shear force is like this. Okay, this is what my assumption: x positive and y positive. So this is the moment, and this is the normal force. Now we will be able to solve for this because AX, AY is are already known. The same thing for point E. You will be able to solve it after cutting it again. Same. So in order to solve for point E, this is the free body diagram that you're supposed to draw. Something like that. And because we cut a structure, what we will get is a moment, shear force, and normal force. Shear force is always giving you a clockwise rotation, V. Then moment will make the structure smile. Okay, in order to not make you confused, I will put the x direction there. And because of that, the positive moment is like this. Okay, here moment and normal force. Okay, so this is the free body diagram in order to solve for V and M at point E. And here we already assume the AX and AY is already found before. Okay, is there any question? Pak, jika pada saat pengerjaan kita mendapatkan nilai VNM bernilai negatif, apa tidak apa-apa? Ikhlas Maulana, tidak ada masalah. Oke, VN dan M kalau nilainya negatif berarti kita tahu bahwa arahnya berlawanan. Tetapi ingat bahwa tadi yang sign convention yang kita gunakan itu adalah arah positifnya. Nah, nanti ini akan digunakan selanjutnya saat kita ingin membahas mengenai distribusi V, N, dan M di seluruh batang, karena kadang-kadang itu dibutuhkan. Untuk kasus yang sekarang kita hanya mencari V, N, dan M di satu titik. Oke, nah nanti pada saat kita membuat distribusi, berarti kita harus membuat grafiknya. Saat kita membuat grafiknya, kita harus tahu mana yang positif, mana yang negatif, seperti itu. Makanya kenapa kok sign convention ini sangat penting, dan sebaiknya selalu gambarkan arah positif terlebih dahulu itu karena itu. If you want to go to toilet, you don't have to ask my permission so you can go to toilet. Muhammad Arfan, Pak, saya sudah lihat contoh soal dari video sebelumnya. Kenapa gaya dari external force itu kenapa jadi terpusat di tengah? Oke, nah, kalau yang itu pembahasannya adalah tentang gaya terdistribusi ya. Kalau gaya terdistribusi, saat kita mempunyai gaya terdistribusi dan kita ingin mencari tahu efek dari gaya tersebut di satu diagram benda bebas untuk mencari efek gaya-gaya eksternal yang lainnya, itu kita bisa mengasumsikan bahwa gaya terdistribusi tersebut itu terpusat di sentroidnya. Nah, kalau misalkan gaya terdistribusinya bentuknya kotak, ya seperti ini kita bisa asumsikan bahwa dia ini bisa diasumsikan dia terpusat di tengah-tengah persis. Nilainya adalah 200 Newton per meter dikali 1 meter. Berarti 200 Newton. Posisinya setengah meter dari ujung kiri. Karena sentroidnya. Seperti itu. Oke. Nah, kalau bentuknya segitiga, kalau misalkan distribusinya itu seperti ini, ada suatu struktur misalkan distribusinya seperti ini. Ya, kalau yang misalkan bentuknya segitiga, sentroidnya itu akan ada di sepertiga panjang. Kalau dari kanan ya, itu sentroidnya akan ada di sepertiga panjang. Sedangkan kalau dari kiri, sentroidnya itu ada di 2/3 panjang. Nah, kalau misalkan kasusnya seperti ini, total gaya akibat gaya terdistribusi ini bisa digambarkan terpusat di sentroid tersebut untuk menyelesaikan kasus-kasus gaya eksternalnya. Seperti itu. Fatah, what do you mean by M makes the structure smile? Okay. How can I? Okay. Okay, this is to answer Fatah question. You can see here, there is a book, right? Okay. If M is positive, it will make the book smile like this. So the moment which is happening there is like this. Okay, like this. That's why it makes it smile. Yeah, makes it smile. Okay, when the moment makes the book sad like this, okay, the direction of the moment is like this. Okay, like this. I'm so sorry, I'm not getting used to it yet. Like that. Pak, kalau kita memotongnya terhadap FBC, boleh tidak? Boleh saja. Oke, kalau kalian ingin memotongnya di sisi kanan, boleh saja. Tetapi gaya dari FBC-nya masuk. Jadi gini, ini kalau misalkan kita mau melihat yang potongan kanan ya, itu berarti diagram benda bebasnya jadi seperti ini. Oke, dan ada dari FBC di sana. Oke, terus positif sign-nya karena membuat clockwise ini berarti V-nya ke atas, N tarik, dan momen membuat tersenyum. Seperti itu. Itu juga bisa. Dan sama-sama bisa diselesaikan asalkan FBC sudah diselesaikan terlebih dahulu dari diagram benda bebas yang ini. Diagram benda bebas yang pertama ini. Gila. Pak, apa yang terjadi kalau titik D ini ada di tepat 400 Newton? Itu kompleks. Ya, itu kompleks. Jadi tidak akan ditanyakan ke kalian. Santai aja. Pasti titik tempat potongnya itu sesaat sebelum atau sesaat sesudah. Kalau yang kasus tadi itu titik D ini titik D ini pas di atas persis. Oke, sedikit di atas dari 400 Newton. Jadi saat saya memotong di titik D, saya memotong di sini. Oke, yang ini ya, free body diagram kedua ini. Itu 400 Newtonnya harus masuk. Tetapi kalau misalkan dituliskan di soal, point D is located just below the 400 Newton force. Okay, just below. When I cut it here, okay, when I cut it here, 400 Newton will not be there. Because point D is just below the 400 Newton. Point B? Oh yes, of course. Just now I answered it already. Pak, jika kita memotong batang D dan E sehingga kita peroleh potongan batang D, diagram mudah bebasnya bagaimana? Ya, bisa saja nih. Saya menjawab pertanyaan dari Muhammad Dafa ya. Pak, jika kita memotong batang di D dan E sehingga kita memperoleh potongan batang DE, diagram beda bebasnya bagaimana? Bisa digambar, bisa, tapi apa gunanya? Lalu kita ingin mencari tahu masing-masing satu persatu, kalau misalkan kamu menggambarnya seperti itu, jadinya kamu tidak menyelesaikan permasalahan yang diberikan. Okay, if the shape of the distribution. Oh, abjad. Of course not abjad. If the shape of the distribution is not the right angle triangle, but it's not a type of triangle, what? It's not a type of triangle. Is it still 2 per 3 along the base? Of course not. Okay. Okay. I will just draw it here. If the distribution of the triangle is like this, for example, okay, then what you can do is to separate this triangle into 2 triangles. Okay, then one have the centroid here, and the other hand we have the centroid here, something like that. So don't make it difficult. Okay. Seharusnya kita bisa cari nyari dengan menggunakan integral pusat massa. Oh ya, betul sekali. Betul sekali. Nah, ikhlas Maulana saat itu diperlukan saat distribusinya tidak linear atau tidak konstan. Kalau misalkan kita yang menggunakan integral, sebaiknya baru digunakan kalau misalkan kurva gaya terdistribusinya itu kuadratik atau kubik atau dan sebagainya. Kameranya belum di switch. I'm so sorry. I'm not a professional YouTuber, so this kind of mistakes will happen. I'm so sorry. Okay, just now I will return back to abjad question, okay? If the stress distribution is like this, for example, okay, what you can do is you can divide it into 2, okay, and the first triangle, the left triangle, the centroid is here, and the right triangle, the centroid is here. Okay, the right triangle, the centroid is here, the left triangle, the centroid is there. So later, when you represent it to the concentrated force, you will have 2 forces, like that. The first one is at the centroid of the left triangle. The second one represents this particular triangle and at the centroid of this triangle. Something like that. Once again, I'm so sorry. Okay, and this is already 11. So I believe it's supposed to be a wrap today. And for tomorrow, we will have another online class like this at 1 p.m. Okay, after Friday pray. After Friday pray at 1 p.m. Okay. Big Boss MV. Okay, Raffi. Pak, this online class got me tripping. I read that already. I read the message already. But what can we do? What can we do? Okay. Like it or not, we have to self-isolate. So try your best to self-isolate. Okay. And try your best to study everything online. And beside uh, watching my video, what you can do is try to read the book by yourself. Okay. Okay then. See you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Bye.